Hi everyone. Today I'm going to collab with my buddy Eisenwolf, and the subject is vegan.
Vegans. Oh man. This is a very complex subject, so I'm going to start with this. As someone who has studied nutrition, diet, physiology, anatomy, kinesiology, and overall health, I agree with vegans on many talking points. I have come to the personal conclusion, as have many others, that a 100% non-animal diet is not only possible, but often very beneficial to one's well-being. I also truly despise the meats and dairy industry in America, as well as the financial and political ties it has to fast food and pharmaceutical industries.
And I just want to say, I personally believe a more vegetarian diet is the more healthy and correct for our species, but veganism is an extreme lifestyle choice and nothing more, and is in fact only supported by the very meat and dairy industry we all find so abhorrent. But, to each their own as long as you aren't claiming some illusionary moral high ground. Or demanding everybody else do as you do.
Now, I'm not here to lecture or bore you with a 12 reasons why you should be vegan list like a second-rate BuzzFeed article. I'm letting you know that I am not against the concept or practice of veganism in most cases. Obviously, babies, for example, need breast milk naturally, and that's not really vegan, is it? But with that said, I am not vegan, or even vegetarian, really. I have a plant-based diet with maybe 8 to 12% of my calories coming from animal-based products. That's roughly averaging 190 calories a day.
And I eat a balance in every meal of meat, veggies, starch, grains, and fruit. More or less of one thing or the other, depending on my needs and wants.
Why am I not vegan, you ask?
Oh, I know. Because that looks gross. Because veganism is not a morality issue. Because bacon!
Well, for one, I don't feel it's necessary for peak health, and two, vegans annoy the absolute crap out of me. People like Vegan Gains, who obviously has some issues.
I fucking hate children. They literally make me sick. When I see babies in a commercial, I start to gag and almost throw up, and I have to look away and mute it.
The ultra cringy demonstrators for PETA and other animal rights activists. What's wrong with them?
Dude, we're all wondering that.
And of course, soy boys. Obviously, you can be vegan without all the soy, but for some reason, most vegans don't understand that. Soysages, tofurkey. Please stop. Get the Soylent in your fridge and throw it away. Just throw it away. Trust me, it's not good for you. But, feelings and moral high ground and appeals to emotion aside, we as humans are meant to eat mostly fruit, then veggies and grains and nuts and seeds, and even fungi. And then, way down here, after you've eaten everything else, if you still have room, some meat products. I'm not going to provide a list of all the studies that you will probably just ignore anyways. I'm going to just compare us to chimps. Why chimps? Well, they're our closest living relative in the entire animal kingdom. Sorry, Instagram stars, but it's not lions. Look at what they eat. This article says that nearly half of it's just figs alone. Figs and dates are delicious, by the way. But then you add in all the other fruits they eat, and it's well over 50% of their diet, followed by leaves, blossoms, nut seeds, and other veggies. Interestingly, chimps do hunt, though, and it's not just for insects. They have been known to eat both eggs and birds, wild boars, fish, and even small monkeys. All of this combined, though, is recorded to be between 2 and 12% of their diets, depending on age, sex, and role or status in their community. Our digestive tracts are similar to chimps, though ours are a bit longer, with slightly smaller stomachs. This suggests that in most basic terms, we need even less meat than chimps do. For comparison, true carnivores such as lions and tigers have very short digestive tracts and large stomachs. We do not. We're almost the opposite. Ours is long, much longer in fact, but not as long as that of a gorilla or a deer, for example. Oftentimes, true herbivores have extremely long intestines, particularly the colon. Again, we do not. So by simple comparisons, we are omnivores, but more particularly frugivores, meaning we need more fruit than anything else. Remember the old saying of an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Yeah, there's a reason for that. Fruit keeps us healthy. It provides fats, carbs, and partial proteins. So there's no reason it shouldn't make up the primary source of nutrition. Especially once you know what fruits are. Most people know the obvious fruits, apples, peaches, and other tree-picked fruits, as well as berries. But so are vine-grown items, such as cucumbers, pumpkins, squash, peppers, tomatoes, and even olives. Technically, nuts, seeds, grains, and beans are more of a subgroup of fruits than they are their own thing. And if you don't believe me, look up, are nuts, seeds, grains, and beans fruit? You'll be surprised.
I'm just going to add some evidence here that our brains have developed beyond that of our ape cousins, and scientists link this directly to us learning to cook our meat and beginning to consume more of it. Cooking the meat means it requires less processing in our gut, and that's how we maintain the small gut of our more herbivorous cousins, and also the brain power gained from hunting and eating meat. Though a more vegetarian diet is the correct one for humans, and yes, I agree, fruit should take up a large part of our diet, obviously. However, cutting out meat entirely is extreme and not a natural human diet. Even gorillas, our largest herbivore ape ancestor, eats meat. They have discovered this. No, they don't eat as much meat as we do. We probably don't need to eat as much meat as we do. But it is a key part of our diet and our evolution.
So I guess, just in conclusion of this simple little video is you aren't a tiger. You're not a gorilla. You're not a horse or a bear, so stop trying to eat like one. You're a human being designed to eat fruit, followed by the fruit subgroup of seeds and grains. Other than that, eat what you want. The American diet is obviously heavily skewed towards meat, and you should probably cut down your intake. That means that you shouldn't have, a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit for breakfast, followed by, a double bacon cheeseburger for lunch. So keep in mind, if you eat multiple servings of animal products daily, you are not only hurting your own health, you're also feeding a whole slew of greedy industries trying to keep you perpetually sick to make money off of your slow death. An example of that goes into great detail, there's several documentaries on Netflix. I recommend you watch one. The one that you start with should probably be What the Health. It's free, go watch it, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
The one area we can all agree with vegans on is that animals shouldn't live in the conditions they do or die the way they do on large corporate industry meat and dairy farms. They're only interested in profits. However, PETA and veganism isn't the answer to that. Local, small-scale, sustainable farming is. Because if you go to a local, small-town dairy, you're going to see farmers who treat their cows like members of their family. If you go to a local, small-town kind of butcher farm where they raise animals for the meat, you'll see these animals live natural, happy lives for the most part until it's time to butcher them for meat. And they're killed painlessly and quickly. The animal has no idea. These are people that take pride in their work and in their animals because this is their livelihood. This is not only their profit, this is their dinner on the table. This is their family cared for. They aren't looking at numbers on a spreadsheet, they are looking animals in the eye. I also have to take the time to add in here that vegans like to claim their lifestyle is the more moral because they don't kill to live. This is bullshit. Plants are alive. They feel pain, they communicate. Science is researching now to see how far the intelligence of plants actually goes. It's not a question of morality. It is the essence of life, the natural order. You must take the life of another to sustain your own, one way or the other.
But if you're vegan, apparently something snaps in your brain and makes you 100% intolerable to interact with. It also will make you far more likely to be violent towards other human beings than, like, bugs.
Anyway, I had a lovely time chatting with you about this. Wolf to wolf, sort of. And I hope we can have more chats like this soon. Any final thoughts?
So, luckily, this isn't a pick your poison kind of thing. Almost nothing in life is absolute. Just enjoy what you can in moderation, and you'll be fine.
And on that, we absolutely agree. To each their own, y'all, and never think you're better than anyone else. You may be in some ways, but maybe not in others. Humans are complicated animals. See you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Much love, everyone.